Hey, hey, second grade. So excited to be back here with you again this week. This week, we're learning about the needs of living things. So stop and think a minute. What do you need to live? Now, I'm not talking about you need Doritos, you need Takis. I'm talking about what do you need to live? What are your basic needs? So let's get going today. We're going to start off with our video and then jump into our PowerPoint.
We get it. You don't really want your kids watching videos, but it can happen. Ow!
Oh my gosh, how?
I am lucky. I am going to keep this butterfly forever in my glass jar. Oh, don't do that, Jimmy. The butterfly won't be able to live in the glass jar for long. Why not? My stone collection is also in a glass jar. Stones are non-living things. We are fine in the glass jar. But butterflies and other living things have needs like air, food, water, and place to live. Okay, I'll leave the butterfly, but you will have to tell me more about this. Deal. Here it flies away. Very good boy. Okay, now tell me, what do you mean by the needs of living things? Living things like plants and animals need some important things to be alive in life. I am a living thing too, ain't I? Yes, of course you are. And the basic needs that you have are same as other living things like a rose plant or an elephant. How is that possible? Let me explain. The first most important need we have is air. All living things need to breathe. What happens if there is no air? Why don't you try to hold your breath and see? Oh, I was not feeling well. See, you needed to breathe, just as a rose plant or an elephant. What about fish? Are they living things too? Good question. Fish breathe the air which is dissolved in water. Oh, that's cool. So all living things need air. I get that. What else? All living things need energy from food and water. That reminds me. I am hungry. Thank you. You see, food gives us energy. Different living things get energy in different ways. I know. Different animals eat different things. You are a smart boy. Do you know what a rabbit eats? Yes, carrots. And a cow? Grass. Very good. How about pandas? I read it somewhere. Pandas eat bamboos. Super. What about birds? They eat seeds and worms. Ew. Now tell me, what do plants eat? Plants, they eat, I think, no, okay, I don't know. Can you please tell me what do plants eat? Plants take nutrients and water from the soil and light from the sun to make their own food. Wow, that's so cool. Sure it is. Remember, water is very important for life as well. Yes, I feel very thirsty. That is why I always keep a water bottle with me. Air, food, water. Is there anything else that living things need to survive? Indeed, there is one last thing. Close your eyes and imagine with me. Okay. Imagine a tree and some more trees. Imagine a river flowing by and lots of bushes and shrubs. Now imagine a polar bear there. That's not right. How can a polar bear be here? Yes, you are right. A polar bear cannot live in a forest. It's not the right place to live for a polar bear. How can you make the picture right, Jimmy? Well, how about putting an elephant or a gorilla or even a monkey there? Absolutely. Each living thing needs a place to live that is right for it. What kind of place does a polar bear need to live? I know. Some place really, really cold. How about this? Not right. Mango trees don't grow in deserts. And how about this? That's okay. A cactus can live in dry and hot deserts. Cool. So tell me, Jimmy, what does a living thing need to live? I know. A living thing needs air. And energy from food and water. And a place to live in. I think the butterfly is saying, good job, Jimmy.
All right. So it's funny that we learned about butterflies as well, because that was in our little video. So we know what a butterfly needs to live and how it grows. So let's jump into our PowerPoint here, and we're talking about the basic needs of living things. Compare and contrast the basic needs, including humans, and what we need for survival. So we've learned about animals, we've learned about plants, so now we're talking about what things need to live. So a need is something that a living thing has to have to live and survive. Remember, a living thing is a plant, animal, or person. So we're not talking about what does a rock need to survive, because that's non-living. So we're talking about things and people that are actually living in what we need to keep us alive. So what do plants need to survive? They need air, they need sunlight, and they need water. So what do plants need? Let's just talk about this. We just went over that slide, but let's stop and pause and think about, what does a plant need to survive? Go ahead, tell me. If you want to write it, you can draw it or write it as well. Good, we just said air, we just said water, and we just said sunlight. Very good. So a basic need of an animal: we need water, food, space, and shelter. So why would we need space? Would we be able to live in a small place where we couldn't move? Why do we need shelter? Would we be able to live outside with nothing over our heads? So what do animals eat? Different animals eat different things. Match each animal to what it eats. So what does the rabbit eat? What does the rabbit eat? Good, carrots. Yes. Let's go with the cow. What does a cow eat? Grass. Awesome. What does a fish eat? Yes, of course, fish food. And what does a horse eat? Excellent. Apples. Very good. So what do animals need to survive? Stop and think here again. Let's talk about it. What do animals need to survive? Good. We need food. We need air. We have two S words, space and shelter. Very good. So let's talk about the basic needs of you. I want you to stop and I want you to take a deep breath. You need that air to live. We cannot live without air. Did you eat something today? Tell me what you ate today. Oh, yum. That sounds delicious. Yes, we need food to live. We have to eat food to get our nutrients and to be able to be strong and live. So far we need air and food. We need shelter. Shelter is a safe place to live, to sleep, to stay warm and safe. So imagine if you had to live in your backyard with nothing over top of your head every night and it was raining, right? How would that make you feel? Would you feel warm? Would you feel safe? So to keep us alive and to keep us happy, we know that we need some type of shelter. And it might be a house, it might be an apartment, it might be a camper, it might be a trailer. It really just depends, as long as you have somewhere to keep you safe. So far we have air, food, shelter. All right, so here's the good part, guys. This is what you're going to do for your activity this week. I want you to draw a picture of you and what you need to survive. So we just talked about the three main things that we need to survive is air, food, and shelter. So draw a picture of yourself. You can include your family or just draw you. And I want you to show the air that you're breathing, the food that you're eating, and the shelter that you live under in order to survive. All right, guys, I'm going to leave this here with you. This is your activity that you'll be doing for this week, turning in. If you need to stop and pause this video at any time, you can. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I love meeting with you all, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.